Hey guys, Fuller again with Custom Offsets TV on the YouTube, coming at you with another vehicle spotlight. This is a dealer build, so this one's for sale. You can pick this up down at Holiday Automotive in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. We're riding a 2015 Chevy Silverado 1500 on 22s and 35s, so let's go. All right guys, like I said, 2015 Chevy Silverado 1500. First things first, we put a rough country 7-inch lift in here. Now this is kind of some newer options from rough country. So you'll see, instead of using the block up top, this is a complete replacement lift strut to get your 7 inches of lift here. So you can see that. So this is supposed to ride much better than the previous 7.5 inch that like Banker has in his Silverado. Wheels and tires, this is, like I said, a 22 by 10, negative 24, XF211. Pretty sharp looking wheel. We'll get you a build test on here. You see this is a gloss finish then with the milled accents around the spokes as well as the rivets on the face. And your build test is going to show you right about 4-inch lip or so on there, so pretty decent for that 10 wide, negative 24. For tires, this is a 325/50 R22. So like I said, it's about 35 tall. And then you'll see on this 10 wide, you do have quite a bit of sidewall protection. This bulges out, and a lot of that's from this being a 22. So the tire has to come out so much more aggressively to get back, whereas if this was a 12 wide, you know, it'd go straight down. And if it was a 20, you have more space for the sidewall to flex. So you do get a little bit of a bubble on the sidewall, but that's not bad. Protects you from the curbs there. For trimming on this setup, it's just the front valance here. This plastic piece is trimmed off. You don't have to cut any metal on the bumper or anything like that. That's all good to go there. And then in the rear, at one point this truck had mud flaps on. Somebody took them off, so there was missing some screws. So the only thing you had to do to make the fitment work back here is just hit this back with a hammer a little bit and then throw a self-tapper in there, pull that all together. Out back, we'll walk you down here. You can see on the way back, it does have the step tubes on here. And then also has the new shocks from Rough Country. If you can peek underneath, these are the N3s, and then it does use the lift block in the rear to achieve your 7 inches of lift. On the way back up, we'll take a peek at the inside. You can see it does have a tonneau cover on it as well. Inside is nice and clean. Your pretty standard Chevy interior, cloth seats. But overall, very clean truck. Really nice shape for 2015. Like I said, you can pick this one up at Holiday Automotive in Fond du Lac. They're gonna offer this one for sale. So then you'll see this is a Rally Edition Silverado, so you get like the black handles, the black mirror caps, and then taking you out front, up top, you can see on the hood, has the rally stripes there as well in like a matte black finish. And you get the black bow tie on the grille here, and then the black parts between the headlights with the chrome bezels, and kind of like a black insert in the headlights as well. So pretty sharp looking truck there. So since this kit does have some of the newer options from Rough Country, like these lift struts that I mentioned up front, we're gonna take it for a ride and kind of see how it compares to the old 7.5 inch kit. All right, so I've been driving around in this truck for a little bit here, just kind of get a feel of what the suspension is like. We're gonna start on the worst road. So we're on kind of like a country road. It's got some decent cracks in it. Coming back into town here, and you can see, you know, it's a little bit older and there's some decent bumps in it. You'll be able to tell a little bit from the camera shake. Obviously, in any lifted truck, you're going to have some bounce. Like, it's a truck, you should kind of be used to that. But I do have to say, this Rough Country handles it fairly well. I know compared to some of the older kits, it was really stiff, and we kind of call it like a dump truck-like ride, where you're kind of doing one of these, bouncing all over the place. This kind of absorbs the bumps a little better, especially in the front, I think is where I noticed the most difference. It just kind of takes up the slack and go through it pretty decently. You can still feel a decent amount of stiffness in the rear as compared to the front, but nothing that's unbearable. So we'll kind of take it up a little further into town here and get on, you know, standard condition road, something a little newer, to kind of show you how it rides there. But I'm fairly impressed by the ride of this kit. Like I said, especially compared to the old one. Cody Banker is going to be really mad if he watches this video, because I'm going to throw his kit under the bus and say that it's pretty stiff. Granted, his truck's got 180,000 miles on it, and he's had the kit for like 2 years now. And this truck only has 43,000 miles on it. But like I said, so far pretty impressed by this kit. So the roads are a little better here, pretty smooth blacktop. The only issue today is all the melting snow, but rides very nice. I would say probably just as decent as stock. You can obviously just tell that you're higher up in the air. Body roll seems to be pretty good. That's one thing that I'm always picky on, coming from, you know, sports cars and driving on track. I like to have a relatively stiff chassis, and I think this rough country kit does a good job of preventing too much body roll. You know, you're not going around corners feeling like you're gonna tip this thing over. It's very planted, rides fairly well. So we'll turn back onto our last road here as we head towards the shop and kind of close this out. So all in all, the kit rides very well. Now we're on a newer concrete surface, so it does have all the cuts in the road. Up here in Wisconsin, we make cuts for frost lines so that the concrete doesn't crack so much. So like if you're down south in like Arizona, all the roads down there are beautiful, highways are beautiful, completely smooth. This truck would ride excellent all the time. Here, even with all these cuts in the pavement, not feeling, you know, too jittery or too bounced around, and like I said, rides fairly well. So there you guys go. That's your spotlight, and that's your kind of review of the 7-inch kit from Rough Country on this 2015 Chevy Silverado 1500. Make sure you like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube. It's youtube.com/custom offsets TV. Peace.